Sandra is the project manager for a project that is creating accounting solution. They are releasing the product features in multiple releases. The next feature development starts today and the schedule for release is due in 4 weeks. Now, Mr. Murphy this morning sent an email to Sandra saying that the customer wants the feature at the end of 3 weeks now instead of 4 weeks. Well, they normally don't accept such requests, but the fact that the next project is worth $4 million and depends on the outcome of this project, Sandra has to do something. What she has to do is schedule compression. Well, we know that she has two schedule compression techniques she can leverage. One is fast tracking and the other one is crashing. If Sandra has to fast track the project, then she has to, well, if she has to crash the schedule, then she has to, bit confusing, right? That's what I'm here for. In the next few minutes, you will learn the concepts in such a way that you will never ever forget. Let's first understand what each of these concepts do, and then we'll see how to remember them in a brain-friendly way. Here is one way that Sandra can compress the schedule. She simply has to execute the project activities that are supposed to be done in sequence in parallel now, right? Of course, this increases the risk because now we need to assume the dependencies between these activities and get started with them in parallel. And we may end up reworking few things if activity outcome dependencies do not go as per our assumptions. To draw from our earlier example, let's say you are writing a book. You publish your book by first writing it and then getting it proofread. To get to the publishing date faster, you can send your partially completed book draft for proofreading, thereby executing two activities in parallel, writing the book and then proofreading it. Here you will assume that you will not make any changes to that portion of the book which is sent for proofreading. But if you end up making few changes, then we may have to do some rework on the proofreading activity. So now the project may end up sooner, but with an increased risk of rework and thus potentially increased cost, right? This is fast tracking, a neat schedule compression technique. The other option Sandra has is this: adding more people to the tasks, thereby hoping to complete the feature sooner. Of course, we know that as per the book, The Mythical Man Month, there is a limit as to how many people you can put on a task before the task begins to take longer than otherwise. But there is an optimal number. So going back to the example, you can get a co-author, distribute the chapters between yourselves and finish the book faster, right? With this approach, Sandra would be able to crash the schedule. The downside, additional cost. You can ask people to work extra time or add more resources or simply bribe people to work faster. And that is the additional cost, which potentially may add additional risk as well. Now that we have got the concepts in place, let's see how to remember this, which is which. Close your eyes and try not to visualize standing right in front of a crazily speeding train out of control when I say fast tracking. Ready? Close your eyes. Fast tracking. Did you manage not to visualize a crazily speeding train towards you? No? Good. Now that you can see the train in your mind, see the tracks on which the train is approaching. The two sides of the track run parallel to each other, don't they? Fast tracking a schedule is accomplished by running activities in parallel. Let me repeat that. Fast tracking is accomplished by running activities in parallel. What about the other schedule compression technique, crashing? Now let's go back to the factory in which the train parts are fixed. You have a bunch of workers working around the table tinkering with the train engine. You need to fix the engine quicker and you need more people to save time. Now visualize more workers falling from above on these workers who are fixing the engine, more workers falling, crashing the ones that are already working. So crashing a schedule is accomplished by adding more people to the activities. Adding more people to the activities. Of course, you can add all the gory details, but you get the picture. So there you go. Fast tracking a schedule is running activities in parallel. Crashing a schedule is adding more people to the activities. Oh, one other thing about fast tracking. You're standing on the track of the fast approaching train, so you are on the critical path, right? So fast tracking reduces the overall schedule only if activities are on the critical path. If you like this mnemonic of remembering fast tracking and crashing, two important schedule compression techniques required for PMP exam, then you will love learning the entire PMP content using PM exam last mile prep program. You'll find the link to join this program in the description below. Come join me, let's work together so you can pass the PMP exam in the next 6 weeks or less. Take care, talk soon.